Hey everyone, it's Travis on week 6, day 1 of the North American League of Legends Championship Series in the year 2014. I am joined, as always, by Complexity's Pr0lly, AP carry mid laner for them, and he's just beat Cloud9. Pr0lly, what do you think of your win over Cloud9?
Why are you talking so weird?
I'm just doing, like I've been listening to a lot of NPR lately. It's a pretty good radio station, yeah.
So, the win against Cloud9, really, it came down to just us playing safe, and we were able to get one of those really key fights. And you know what? That made the game for us.
Insightful, as always. This has been Travis. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, Pr0lly, you guys keep beating these top-tier teams. What was it? Dignitas was the last one, right? Yeah. You're just coming up with bats, and you're just hitting them over the head, and you're saying, get down. And you've done it again. Are you guys going to slowly crawl your way up?
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, this is our third week, I think, with our jungler, so we're finally having a stable roster, so we are improving at a steady rate, and I'm glad we're actually having results, and it's not just, oh, we should have won that game, but we made a mistake. So I'm glad we actually have results from what we learn in scrims and stuff like that.
Now, you guys are, as you said, you have your jungle, you're stabilizing. What does that mean? Like, does this mean that, like, you guys are like, okay, we've got the mechanics down, the teamwork down, now we just need to work on strategies? Like, whenever you stabilize, how does that change the way that you approach practice and scrimming and getting ready for the games?
Well, a lot of it is, like, you're not going to learn anything from a scrim if everyone just dies really early and the games are just over before you can play as a team. So basically, scrims are now get to the teamwork part, and then we'll discuss how the teamwork happened, because for a while I know scrims, the way we'd review our scrims would be like, okay, you did this mechanical mistake here, you shouldn't be going over here, like this, and this. So really, we're just improving ourselves individually, but now our scrims are very much more team focused, and we improve, like, what should we be doing as a team, not like West, like, get the hell out of top, what are you doing up there? It's like, all right, when you're going up here, we need to be doing this instead. So it's everyone's kind of involved with every mistake instead of trying to fix, oh, don't be there yourself. It's like, well, if you want to be there, we're going to be over here, and now it's going to be okay. Now
you and EG have both brought in new junglers. You guys were sort of the back of the pack. Which one of you guys, or which one of you now has the better chances, based on the changes?
Based on, like, 4.10?
Well, no, based on, bringing in the two new junglers. That was how I started that question, and so I thought that maybe you would remember that at the end of it.
I already forgot what you're talking about, but I think what are we, like 0-2 against EG right now? So hopefully we'll be able to pick up the next 2 games. So they got a new jungler, but we haven't practiced against them in a while. But I would have to say that we're improving pretty well and pretty linear scale. So unless they're matching that, I feel like we'll end up being the stronger team eventually.
So you'll outscale them late game in the season.
We're going for late game. We gave up 2 kills early on because who cares about early game? I did that this game and worked out. So we're just going to do the same thing.
Now let's talk about 4.10 because that's come into the situation. I even saw some people here, at the studio, looking at some stuff, seeing how the patch is unfolding. What do you think of 4.10?
I like it a lot. I like that changes the mid lane. There you go. Excuse me.
That's how you get those sponsors.
Excuse me. That felt really good. All right. Now
you have something you need to get off your chest.
I had a lot of stuff to get off my chest. Anyways, so the mid lane change was really nice. They nerfed Athenes, which makes it so mid laners aren't as, like, solid, I guess, to wave clear. Like, eventually they'll go And then what else did they change? I guess they give Essence Reaver, which is kind of a poo-poo item. It can be a 6 item on some champions, but I feel like after, like, the Athenes nerf and, like, the Morello's buff, mid lane can be a lot more. There's a lot more choices instead of wave clear kind of dominated mid. Now there's more things coming out. Like Yasuo got a big buff off of the Athene's nerfs and stuff like that. So I think AD mids are going to make a small comeback, and maybe other mids are going to fall out, like Ori Ziggs might fall out since the man region's not there and the safety's not there.
How do you feel about Assassins right now? Like Assassins mid. LeBlanc.
LeBlancas? Oh, I was really sad to see the silence removed. Because now, like, if you think of the Ryze versus LeBlanc matchup, it used to be like, oh, Ryze will outscale, but LeBlanc can dumpster him in lane. Now, if you look at that matchup, it's like LeBlanc W's in, and then Ryze W's her and kills her at, like, level 2. So now it's just, I don't know why you'd ever pick LeBlanc. I haven't figured out why she would fit in the meta other than, I guess she has, like, CC for support LeBlanc, maybe? I don't know. She seems, without the silence, she seems just, like, really weak overall. Other Assassins, Ahri, I still don't think is a real champion.
So Kassadin is a thing.
Kassadin. Oh, yeah. Well, he'll never be fixed. He's broken as hell.
Yeah, so, well, let's talk about that because at the start of the TSM CLG game, Jet was kind of commenting on the fact that Kassadin, who was already strong prior to this patch, is now kind of helped out by, like, the Athene stuff and all that. Any thoughts?
Yeah, kind of. It's just a power change. So yeah, the Athene's nerf will make him a little stronger in lane against his lane opponent, but the Randuin's nerf, which in my opinion was a big core item on Kassadin. Obviously, if you snowball like Bjergsen did in that TSM game, you can go Glass Cannon, but the more, I would say, practical build includes a Randuin's, which kind of got butchered a bit. So yeah, he's stronger against mid lane champions, but overall, I feel like in team fights, Glass Cannon Kassadin's probably, going to be the uprising instead of the tanky Kassadin that like Voyboy did or I did.
Is there any way that you can merge the term Glass Cannon and Kassadin into like one word? Because it seems like there's a lot of potential there.
No, I'm not doing anything for you. I hate you. I hate you, Travis.
I like that you saved the burp for my interview. Like you were on the Riot broadcast. You could have let that out there for like Freak or whatever, but you saved that one for me.
Well, I actually like when I was like younger and growing up, I could never really burp well, right? So recently, I've learned that I can belch well, but I can't do it myself. A lot of people can just like burp on command. I can't do that. So when I do feel it, since I didn't get to burp well when I was a kid, now I'm like, it's coming on and everyone's going to hear it. I'd do that in a fancy restaurant. Can't stop me.
But not on the LCS broadcast.
Well, it wasn't coming up then. Do you know how burps work?
I mean, I tend to focus my time more on League of Legends esports. Maybe that's something you should try at some point in time. Let's talk about...
I can't tell that's what you focus on. Can't tell.
I mean, I was the one that remembered Kassadin when you couldn't think of assassins.
He's not an assassin.
What would you call him?
AD carry.
Okay.
I've been building Triforce on him. It's really funny. So AD carry, yeah. Okay. Bruiser.
Is that where you're headed these days? In the AD carry bruiser position?
Yeah, we're going to roll swap. Okay. We beat C9 twice, just like XDG.
Yeah, bringing in the XDG tech.
Yeah, and now Kez is going AD and Robert's going jungle. Right? Isn't that what they did? Is that the only one? Yeah, that's the only one they did. So we're going to do that next week.
Well, and then at some point you have to replace your support.
Oh, yeah, Bubba Dub. Oh, that'd be so tragic. That stash. I don't think we could ever do that.
Anyway, let's talk about something else. Who do you guys play around?
Curse.
Okay. So Curse is kind of a weird team in that, you never really know what they're going to do. If they're going to throw horribly and lose or if they're going to win.
Oh. I thought you meant like what they're going to pick. And I was like, yeah, I agree with you. Yeah. They might pick something weird. Not, oh yeah, they might just throw the game so we just have to be alive and it might happen.
Well, those are closely linked concepts, I think, actually. What do you think your chances are against them, or how do you guys prepare for them besides doing an interview with me instead of watching them play EG right now?
Yeah, we'll watch this later because we're nerds. So we just play League and watch League all day. I'm not sure what we're gonna do with them. We're at purple side again, so we have a potential of doing a counter pick. Like last time we played them, they did Yasuo whatever his name is.
Yasuo. Yes. Yeah, I think it's Yasuo.
What do I say? Yasuo? Mr. Y. They might pick Mr. Y again, and I'd be able to have a counter pick for it. So, I think he'll be probably contested for tomorrow. I don't know. I feel like it'll probably be a pretty even matchup. Like, I don't think we have like a clear advantage, and I don't think they do either. So
you think it'll probably be pretty contested, and you'll probably have an even matchup. I mean, your words, not mine. Probably. Other than that, we've got Super Week coming up. We've got 4th of July stuff. You're gonna be celebrating your independence on the Rift? How do you prepare for something like that?
No, I was really sad we didn't get to celebrate July 4th, or we're not going to, because we're going to be poning all day.
Well, isn't that a celebration in and of itself? You can bring the fireworks to the summoners across the world.
Fireworks on the LCS stage?
Yeah.
Thanks, Riot Travis, for telling us that we can do that, because we're bringing them now.
Yeah. I mean, I would make my job interesting if suddenly you guys launched a bunch of fireworks on the stage, so I'm not against that. This sounds like a great idea.
You shouldn't be telling me that that's an idea, because that does sound really fun.
A couple bottle rockets. Maybe you should like, just shoot them off towards the other team in the middle. Be like, yo, it's 4th of July. This is how we roll.
No, we have to pause the game, like one team does /pause, and then we all run in the middle and shoot Roman candles at each other. That's probably what we're gonna do. Kind of like we're gathering on Baron, and Baron's about to die, and like they might steal it, we might steal it, and then we pause the game and run out on stage and then start shooting each other, and we just never play that game again. It just leaves off at who's getting that Baron. Like the game's about to turn, doesn't matter. Roman candle fight.
Sounds fair. I mean, as long as you guys can do something more impressive than EU LCS, then I think that's the best way for us to celebrate our independence from the European tyrannical dictators that we fled.
Wait, what about Europe?
The point is, you been watching any World Cup? Because you're in it. No?
I think my team is, but I'm. Yeah. Oh, only Kaz. Apparently Kaz is watching, but he's watching like the Korean commentators, so you hear him repeating what they say or being upset. So it's really funny. He's like, "Oh no!" And then I don't know the word for kick it, but I should by now because he just yells that over and over again. Yeah. And then I just sit there and I'm like, I don't know, watching some league stream, being bored.
Are you concerned that he's going to start yelling "kick it" in the middle of the game whenever you guys are like having to run to Baron or something like that, and you don't know what's happening?
No, I'm not too worried. He has been getting more hyphy in games when we win though, which is really fun to see because he's normally like a pretty calm guy, like he's pretty controlled. So when he gets like hyphy, you're like, yeah, Kaz, get excited. Yeah. So that's a good thing. I'm glad he's doing that more.
Did you get a chance to watch the CLG TSM match?
Yeah, I got to see that.
I didn't get a chance to do an interview after that one, but I do want to know what your thoughts were on the match.
I think, like Double got first blood, and I think they should have been able to snowball probably bot lane from that. Or
I don't think Double got first blood, didn't Seraph gave it.
Yeah, Seraph gave first blood, but then he basically 1v1 Turtle, bot lane. Yes. And then I don't think they got anything off of that. I think they just did the dragon fight, and they kind of messed up the dragon fight. Like I think Link misses Oriole, and then Double missed position. So it was like everyone just, happened to misplay at the same time, and it kind of, made a big ball of mess.
Well, here's my question for you. TSM fans will probably say this means TSM is great. They're better than CLG. Like TSM's back, base Locodoco, bowl cut, blah blah blah. CLG fans will probably say we know this field all too well, and we're gonna go cry because that's what happens to us all the time. What do you think the takeaway? I am not. I actually I was talking on Twitter and saying like, yeah, I'm pretty sure TSM's gonna win this one because CLG just had no confidence. Oh really? Yeah. Well, it seems that no. When I say that, I don't mean like out of game. I mean it seems like in game, like you can feel a CLG loss because you just don't see CLG like making good like bold moves. They just when they lose, it's because you can tell they just don't seem to have the confidence where they're dictating the game. Anyway, yeah. What do you think? What do you think the takeaway is from that game? Do you think TSM is back on top, baby? Locodoco, 2014, Korea, 420 YOLO swag. Or do you think it's just like, man, CLG, what happened to you?
Well, nothing what you said, first of all. Just want to make sure that's clear. I don't agree with anything you just said. Okay. But I do think TSM's getting a lot better. They're looking a lot stronger. The problems they have are very what's the word, quick to fix. Like Turtle dying, boom. Turtle doesn't miss position. Now that doesn't happen anymore. So I think the problems they have are very small and will change game to game. So I think TSM's on the right track. I still think CLG is really strong. I think the new patch kind of pushed their bot lane behind a bit. I don't think they've, adapted as quickly as, I think Bubba and Robert have adapted to the new bot lane really quickly. So once they catch up, I think it'll kind of be that same power strength. But right now, with all the changes, I think maybe they're just not playing enough solo queue or something. But it just doesn't seem like they've practiced enough of the new stuff. So this is kind of like cobwebs that will be shaken off within a week, I think, or tomorrow. They play tomorrow, right?
Yes. Every team plays every day at the LCS, probably,
How would I know that?
except for Gambit. Now let's wrap this up. You have any thing that you want to say to any of the fans out there?
Yeah, thanks for being fans. You guys are awesome and stuff.
That's like the most unenthusiastic thing ever.
Well, I'm still curious because I see some fans like scared to approach me. Like they look at me and then they're like, huh, and then they run away. I'm like, do I look threatening in any way?
I mean, a lot of people compare you to psychopaths, so that's possibly where that's coming
Now
from.
it makes sense. Oh, it could be the fact that I have like a little switchblade that I stick out of my trousers, and they might be seeing that. Should I hide my blade next time? Sorry, fans. Next time I'll keep it inside, and not that.
Do you want to just finish this interview, please? Because it's going.
Spiraling. That was a laser ship, alien ship shooting it.
The interview.
Yeah. Like interview, crash and burn, alien, and then that's you getting abducted and giving you an anal probe.
Sponsors. Do you have any sponsors at all, Pr0lly?
Yeah. Shout out to my sponsors at CyberPower, CyberPower PC, Sound Blaster, Creative, Newegg, and Twitch, DX Racer, and Opponentware.
You literally missed one. I can read it on that piece of paper.
Off Gaming. And no thanks to Travis yet again.
Well, Pr0lly is always a great pleasure to interview you. I feel like I gained a lot of insight into the world of League of Legends out there on the Rift Summoner. You can check out the rest of our coverage of all things LCS at ongamers.com.